Well, let's discuss all of this with Maddy Thimont Jack from the Institute for Government. What do you make of those amendments that have been selected? John Bercow talking about breadth and choice. Do you agree?
Well, I think what you can see is he's obviously gone for the sort of amendments which have most cross-party support. So the independent group amendment, for example, also had support from Lib Dem, SNP, Plaid Cymru MPs. The Hilary Benn amendment was also sort of had quite significant support from parties across the House. And then he sort of, as per tradition dictates, selected the official opposition amendment. It seems there obviously has been some controversy over the fact that he didn't select the ERG and DUP amendment. I presume his decision was based on the fact there was sort of only two parties supporting it, but at the end of the day, it's sort of up to the Speaker to decide, and he will know sort of what governed his decision, really.
But to that end, it will be very interesting to see how many people do vote in favour of Sarah Woolston, the independent group's amendment tonight, which looks to back a second referendum.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think it's the first time actually we've seen an amendment explicitly supporting a second referendum be selected by the Speaker. So it will be quite interesting to see whether there is even close to a majority in favour of that option sort of going forward in the Brexit process.
And the ERG may draw inferences from that depending on how the votes go tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And what will be quite key on that is, Labour front bench have said that they, in theory, do support a second referendum, provided their sort of Brexit option is rejected. And I mean, they obviously have opted not to table an amendment to that effect today, but there will be quite a big question about how they choose to whip. If they think that there's still a possibility that their sort of vision for Brexit, a customs union, is on the table, then maybe they won't.
And you were writing earlier today that sooner or later MPs have to say yes to something. A majority of MPs have to say yes to something. Whether it is sooner or later, it depends on an extension, if that is voted through, and how long that extension might be. Europe sounding quite open to that being longer potentially this morning.
Well, I think that's what Theresa May's motion is trying to get MPs to focus their minds on. It's either vote for the deal, we'll have a short technical extension within which just to get the necessary legislation in place for exit, or if you're not going to support my deal, then we're going to have to go much longer, hold European Parliament elections and really discuss what Parliament wants. And I mean, that's what the sort of Benn amendment, that amendment about trying to take control of the parliamentary time, it's about trying to have a chance to sort of have those discussions.
Maddy,